So the user development tools are really taking a lot of advanced shapes these days. We're really moving it forward into a really good place. So we're hoping to roll those out at some time during the beta, so our users can get a look at it and can start making their own maps. So it's custom-made maps was a huge part of the Warcraft 3 experience. So one thing that made it so much fun to go on Warcraft 3 is you could play, a regular game of Warcraft 3. You could play a whole bunch of other different games. Some of them good, some of them not so good, but you would definitely get something new almost every time you logged in if you were, inclined to take a look around and see what was going on. So we definitely want to get it out there. It's probably our most powerful editor to date. The only thing I would say we're working on right now that really sort of scares me the most is it's also very complicated, right? As our most powerful editor to date, it comes with a price, and the price right now is it's scary to use. So we're definitely going to be taking a look at it going forward, and that's partly what we'll use time in the beta for as well, is to see what people get confused by, what's easy to use, what's not easy to use, because obviously we want the widest variety of people possible to be able to give their vision of what gaming could be to the world on Battle.net, so that we'll get the best games we possibly can. So with the expansions that we're working on, what you want to do is think of these like regular expansions. This is just like Brood War. Brood War came with new campaigns and new units for the races, right? Our next game is just like that. It's an expansion. It will come with a new campaign. In this case, it'll be a giant Zerg campaign instead of 3 separate campaigns, but it'll be a new campaign, and it'll come with some addition for the races. And we haven't obviously worked out what those are going to be yet, and we have a lot of concerns about the complexity that this game could grow into with 2 expansions, one after the other. Like, we already feel like it's a pretty hard to master game already. If we added 2 or 3 units per expansion, it seems like it get really out of control. So I don't know what our actual plan will be at this point, but that's sort of the basic idea that we're going with. This is just like any other expansion we've ever done. We did a Brood War expansion, now we're doing another expansion. Only difference is now we're announcing 2 expansions instead of 1. So for single player, we're working really hard on the mission mechanics right now and making sure that they're really, really fun. One of the things we don't want to do is create a single player experience that just throws you into another skirmish battle. Like, hey, here's your force, here's enemy base, go. Like, that's just not interesting enough for us. Like, we really want to make sure that there's a lot of different things you're doing that tie really well with the story at the same time and create sort of new gameplay experiences for you. So every time you come to a level, you have to ask yourself, okay, what am I being asked to do? What's the challenge I'm being asked to face? So we've got levels where, the entire low ground on the map floods with lava every few minutes. And if you don't get off the ground, everybody dies, right? We've got levels where hordes of, infested Terrans are coming at you, but they don't attack it during the day. They only attack at night. So you need to hold out during the night, and then during the day, go out and burn all their stuff as much as you can. Right? We've got battles with motherships. We've got all of this stuff that we're working on, so each level feels really, really distinct. And that's really what we're working on right now. It's sort of the hardest part of the experience, sort of from the gameplay side. At the same time, with the story mode stuff that we're doing, there's just a lot of additional effort that goes into creating all of these characters where you can interact with them a lot more often than you ever could before. So before, you maybe got a couple snippets of Raynor, like little bits between levels. Now you've got Raynor for, level after level after level, where you can talk to him or have him talk to other characters and sort of see what's going on and understand what it is that's happening in this universe a lot more deeply if you're interested.